Doctor Who returns this week with The Star Beast, the first of 3 60th anniversary specials. The episode features a character called Beep the Meep, who's new to the show but has actually been around in Doctor Who spin-off media for several decades. Here's a breakdown of Beep's history in the Whoniverse. Beep's first appearance was in the 1980 comic strip Doctor Who and the Star Beast. Beep is introduced as a seemingly innocent, lovable creature who lands on Earth and is being pursued by a terrifying race known as the Rorth Warriors. It turns out, though, that while Beep and the rest of the Meeps were once a peaceful race, the rays of a black sun mutated them into bloodthirsty conquerors, and Beep is actually being pursued for war crimes across the universe. On Earth, he attempts to use black sun radiation to create a mind-controlled army of zombie-like humans, but he's ultimately defeated by the Doctor and turned over to the Rorth Warriors, who imprison him. Beep's next appearance was published in the Doctor Who Yearbook 1996 as the short comic Star Beast 2. The comic sees the Fourth Doctor reunited with Beep, who's been released from Earth custody on good behavior. Of course, Beep's so-called good behavior is actually a ruse, and he travels to Earth to detonate a Black Star unit he left behind, seeking to accomplish his original plans of turning humanity into a slave race. The unit is buried under what is now a movie theater, though, and the Doctor takes advantage of the inverse properties of Black Star light in order to suck Beep the Meep into a movie projector, trapping him in a Lassie film. It probably goes without saying that Star Beast 2 is kind of a weird story, but it's pretty fun. Beep the Meep's next appearance is in the free audio drama from Big Finish Productions, The Ratings War. The Ratings War is a fun story, and it's definitely worth listening to, but it's a bit of an odd duck in how continuity heavy it is. You see, it'd be reasonable to expect that people listening to a Beep the Meep sequel audio drama have probably read the original Star Beast. It was a pretty famous story, and it's highly accessible. It's been reprinted in a number of collections. The Star Beast 2, on the other hand, is kind of hard to get your hands on, right? Presumably not a lot of Big Finish's listening population has access to the Doctor Who Yearbook 1996, the only place it's ever been published. And yet the Ratings War relies very heavily on the Star Beast 2. The Doctor and Beep talk extensively about his time trapped in a Lassie film, and it is that time that inspires Beep's new evil plan. Speaking of, the plot is that Beep has taken control of a broadcasting company and has essentially dominated the market on television shows. He then plans to brainwash the human population through a sort of mind control show called Beep and Friends, where he's going to take advantage of his cuteness to draw in viewers. Unsurprisingly, the Doctor, as portrayed by Colin Baker, stops Beep. The story, which I would highly recommend you listen to, it's available for free and it's very fun, ends with the implication that Beep is going to be returned to the Rorth Warriors and re-imprisoned. This story also, for the most part, marks the end of the Beep the Meep saga in the extended Whoniverse. Beep has had some other cameo appearances in the comics, but nothing that's tied into or added on to his overall story, so these 3 stories remain the Beep the Meep trilogy, if you will. There's also been an audio drama adaptation of the original Star Beast comic, but obviously that just tells the existing story and doesn't really add on to Beep's history. Whether or not the upcoming episode will be a straightforward adaptation of the comic and feature the Doctor's apparent first meeting with Beep, or a follow-up to his previous stories and acknowledge the Doctor's past meetings with Beep, is unclear. While the evidence we do have seems to indicate it'll be the former, and that's definitely where I'd put my money, Doctor Who as a whole tends to be inconsistent with how it treats its spin-off media, and tends to like to have its cake and eat it too. Whatever the case may be, I'm excited to see Beep again, and I'm especially excited to have Doctor Who back with us.